In 1960, while the world was watching the United Nations, something even more powerful was happening in Harlem. Fidel Castro, fresh from the Cuban Revolution and already a thorn in the side of American imperialism, arrived at the Teresa Hotel after being snubbed by downtown elites. But uptown, he was received with open arms, and among those waiting to meet him was Malcolm X. This wasn't just a photo op. It was two revolutionary minds from opposite sides of the globe connecting on the shared reality of oppression and the urgency of liberation. Malcolm, at the height of his influence in the Nation of Islam, was speaking unapologetically about self-determination, about real Black power, not just in the South, but across the entire nation where his voice echoed loudest. The media pushed Dr. King's movement as the only path, but Malcolm's reach stretched deep into the urban North, Midwest, and West, territory the white press didn't want to admit he commanded. In Castro, Malcolm found an ally who understood revolution didn't come politely. They talked about control, of our economics, our politics, our culture, and yes, Malcolm was clear. If it came to picking up arms to secure our freedom, then so be it. The price of freedom is death, he said, and lived that truth to the very end. That moment at the Teresa wasn't a side note in history. It was a signal to the world that Black struggle in America was part of the global fight against colonialism, capitalism, and control.
And so he chose to come to Harlem instead of making compromises with them. And he came to the Teresa Hotel with his entourage. And he met a number of persons while he was there. And one of the main characters that he's meeting with is Malcolm X. And this is at a time, when Malcolm X was growing in influence in the Black community as the minister of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the Nation of Islam. And it was one of the most powerful forces in Northeastern America and in Midwest and Western America. We think of Dr. King and the Civil Rights Movement, but that was mainly confined to 8 or 9 states in the South. The rest of the nation, Malcolm X reigned supreme. And most people don't think of that because the white media don't point to that. And so Fidel and Malcolm was talking about, where do you go with revolution? Malcolm was serious about overthrowing the government of the United States if it came to that, or pushing them to the point that they gave us our freedom so that we can do what he said Black nationalism was, control the economic, politics, and culture in the communities where we live. And if that meant picking up guns to do it, so be it. That's why Malcolm says the price of freedom is death. And he was clear about that, and he proved it with his own life. And so his meeting with Fidel actually bolstered him in the eyes of revolutionaries around the world.